Welcome back to the Little Way Sunday School. In this week's Gospel, we see that the religious leaders at the time were plotting against Jesus, and they asked Jesus a trick question, asking him which taxes could be paid. But Jesus responds in a very clever way, and he asks them for a Roman coin which has a face of Caesar on it, who was the emperor at the time, and he says to them, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God's." Now it's important to remember at that time that any item that had a man's stamp or inscription or image on it meant that it belonged to that man. In the same way, when the coin had Caesar's image on it, it meant that it belonged to Caesar. But we still do this today. For example, when my boyfriend sends me a letter, sometimes he puts a wax seal with his initials on it, showing me that this letter came from him. Or think about, maybe a piece of jewelry that you have or an item that is very valuable or that you love. Sometimes we get it inscribed or we get an image on it or we get it personalized so that it's made in our own image. When we hear the gospel today, when Jesus says, "Give to God what is God's," it reminds me of Genesis. And in Genesis, which is the first chapter of the Bible, God made man and woman in his own image and likeness. So in the same way the coin was made in the image of Caesar, God made us in his own image. We are made in the image and likeness of God. And, we should really reflect this in our everyday lives. But that can be difficult at times, and God knew that. And that is why he gave us Jesus, who is a perfect image of God. So now we're going to have the gospel, and the gospel is the words and actions of Jesus. And we're going to listen to this because this will help us to know and to learn how to be more like Jesus in our everyday lives.
Padre's Corner.
Our priest this week is Father Damien from the Cathedral in Letterkenny. Father Damien is the mission director for the Diocese of Raphoe. He is originally from Glasgow in Scotland and is a big Celtic fan and loves a good cup of coffee. Thank you for joining us this week, Father Damien.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
The Pharisees went away to work out between them how to trap Jesus in what he said. And they sent their disciples to him, together with the Herodians, to say, "Master, we know you're an honest man, and teach the way of God in an honest way, and that you're not afraid of anyone, because a man's rank means nothing to you. Tell us your opinion then. Is it permissible to pay taxes to Caesar or not?" But Jesus was aware of their malice and replied, "You hypocrites, why do you set this trap for me? Let me see the money you pay tax with." They handed him a denarius, and he said, "Whose head is this? Whose name?" "Caesar's," they replied. He then said to them, "Very well, give back to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Hello everyone, my name is Father Damien, and I'm here to talk to you in this lovely Mission Sunday. Now, for those of you who are maybe not so familiar with Mission Sunday, this is a very special Sunday in the year. There's only one every year, and this is where we're encouraged to do something very special, okay? Whether it be to help someone in need, or maybe even to say a few prayers. Today, and this special Sunday in October, okay, this is the month of October, and in the month of October we put a lot of emphasis on the prayer of the Rosary. Now, I want to tell you something. When I was a child, my gran used to take me to Mass, and then after the Mass she used to say, well, pray the Rosary, and I used to be like, this is boring. I used to find it quite boring as a child because I didn't understand what it was all about. Yet today I'm standing here talking to you, and I'm wanting to tell you that, see this prayer, right? See these set of beads I'm holding in my hand? These are going to be so helpful to you in your life, okay? Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you need help with, I'm saying to you that these beads, if you can get hold of these beads and learn these prayers, you're going to find it so helpful, okay? Now, I don't have loads of time, but I just want to very quickly give you an idea about this prayer to make sure you know it. As you can see, I have these set of beads in my hands, and the good news is they're coloured, they're in colour. So you've got green, red, cream, etc. Now, the beads, if you look, are separated into groups, okay? You've got the single beads, and then you've got a group. Single beads, group. Single bead, group. Okay? It's just like a circle in that sense. Now, the single bead, for the single bead, you say one of two prayers, okay? On the first occasion, you say the Our Father, and then when you reach the single bead at the end, it's the Glory Be prayer, and then it's the Our Father, the Glory Be, Our Father, Glory Be, Our Father, Glory Be, and so on. But there's prayers that you also say in the middle, and they're groups of 10, and the prayer you say for the groups of 10 is Hail Mary, okay? So very simply again, imagine we start here with the green, okay, and we'll go round by the yellow so that we change the colour a little bit. So we start off with the green. For this green, when you've got your finger here, you say the Our Father. And then for these yellow beads, which are 10, you say the Hail Mary. Then you come to this bead on its own, you say the Glory Be prayer, okay, and then you've done a decade. So then you decide you want to do the second decade. So you stay in the same bead that you're on, and you say Our Father, and then you say the 10 Hail Marys, and then the Glory Be. Okay, so that's you done 2 decades. Then you're saying, I'm going to do another one. So what you do is you stay on the same bead, and you go Our Father, 10 Hail Marys, Glory Be. And then you go again for the 4th time. Our Father, 10 Hail Marys, Glory Be. And finally, Our Father, 10 Hail Marys, and Glory Be. Now, it takes a while to get into, but once you learn this prayer, you're going to see the benefits of it. Okay, there's some things you don't always understand at the time, but then in time you start to realise, I see why this is important. Okay, I just want you to learn this, okay? Maybe even get someone to help you with it as well. But very simply, learn the prayers. The Our Father, which you can find out about if you don't know it. The Hail Mary prayer, which is 10, and then the Glory Be. And as you do each decade, what you're doing is you're thinking about a moment in Jesus' life, okay? The life of Jesus and the life of Mary. So when you pray the Rosary, it's like going into a time machine, okay? And you're going back in time. So say for instance now, you're thinking about Jesus dying on the cross. What happens is you're standing at Calvary and you can actually see Jesus dying on the cross. If you're focusing on the resurrection, you're at the tomb, and all of a sudden this man has just come back from the dead. That's what you're thinking about as you pray each decade. Learn the prayers of the Rosary, and what I'm saying to you is you're going to get so many benefits in your life. Have a happy Mission Sunday.
Mission time.
I wanted to share something with you this week, and that is my very own icon corner. This is a part of my room that I've dedicated to prayer. It's where I say my rosary, my morning offering, read my Bible, or say my prayers before bed. Now I can pray whenever and wherever I like, but I like to pray here. This is a part of my room that I've dedicated to God, and it reminds me that my life is supposed to be dedicated to God too. Images of Jesus, Mary, and the saints are very helpful in prayer, and it's a very ancient tradition in the Catholic faith. So your mission this week is to start your very own icon corner or altar. Now Now don't worry if you don't have any of your own icons. Start by drawing some of your own, or set up a crucifix, or any images you have of Jesus and Mary that you like. And try to have that special part of your room dedicated to God. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Little Way Sunday School. If you'd like to share any images or drawings that you've done for your altar, please feel free to share them on our Instagram or Facebook accounts. And check out the worksheet below. Thank you and God bless.